Welcome to Mystic Musings with Tobie Hewitt. I'm Tobie Hewitt, and I'm your guide through time and space and all points in between. Mystic Musings will give you insight into who you are, why you are here, how to live an authentic life, and where you fit into the universe around you. Join me on this path of mystical exploration. Welcome to episode 31 of Mystic Musings with Tobie Hewitt. This week, we will look at the idea of Ubuntu as we continue our mystic journey. It is becoming more apparent as I take this journey through Mystic Musings that it is as much a learning path for me as it is for you, my listeners. Recently, after a fairly remarkable psychic fair here in Rochester, I came away with the desire to explore the idea of Lemuria and what it means to me. We will explore this further in future episodes, but it has become apparent that the creative spirit is really us. In the beginning, there was us, an amazing group of unified spirits that wanted to explore ways of being and learning and searching in order to raise the spiritual consciousness to a new and even more vibrant plane of existence. In no way does this revelation take away from the centrality of a being I call the creative spirit that is comprised of the all, which does really mean all of us, and that, in a way I am somewhat amazed and awed by, brings us to the idea selected before this revelation, which is the topic of this week's episode, Ubuntu. I read a story about an anthropologist who went to Africa for some sort of research project. He gathered a group of children and pointed to a pile of fruit he had placed some distance away. He told them that the child who reached the fruit first could have all of it. He readied them at the starting line and said, "Go." The children took each other's hands and ran together so they all reached the fruit at the same time. When he caught up with the children, he asked why they had done this, since a soul runner would have had all the fruit to him or herself. They explained by turning to the concept of Ubuntu. How can one of us be happy if one of us is sad? Ubuntu is, quote, a quality that includes the essential human virtues of compassion and humanity, end quote. It is also defined as, quote, I am what I am because of who we all are, end quote. It makes the community, rather than the individual, the essential center of a group's existence. I think when we look at our essential beings, this is a reflection of that. We are all one spirit expressed diversely through various planes in this universe. We are connected through what is known as the interdependent web, which binds us one to the other through and in the energy of love. One of the aims of incarnating is discovering how we can manifest that oneness while in the illusion of separateness, that is, existing in different bodies. I believe this experience would help to elevate the vibrational frequency of the one, because while in the body, we are most like our true selves when we work through our lives with empathy and compassion, i.e., when we practice Ubuntu. And because we are being challenged by being separated, we need to discover ways to express these positive attributes. When we practice the concept of Ubuntu, we do not think about our lives as separate from one another, wherein one person succeeds at the expense of the others, but as a community all growing and sharing in this time and space. Can you imagine a group of people all working toward a positive goal with no thought of individual advancement, but only for the good of the all? That would be the essence of Ubuntu at work, in and through the energy of love. For this week's exercise, please try being aware when you are acting as an individual and when you are acting as a member of a group, and note your internal and external actions and reactions to each dynamic. When you are acting and reacting as an individual, What are your intentions? Are you thinking of the greater good? For example, when you decide to recycle or not? When you are acting as a member of a group, note how the energy feels. Are the members of the group acting in an adversarial manner, with one or more people acting as individuals? Or is there consideration being made of the greater good? Does the energy of the group seem jagged and harsh, or peace-filled and compassionate? Next week, please join me for episode 32, when we will examine the concept of creation as we continue our mystic journey. Thanks for listening to this episode of Mystic Musings. Please join me every week to continue our exploration of all things mystical that can help you have a more practical and magical life. Please visit my website, tobiehewitt.com, for more information and to read my blog postings. And join me also at pathwaystomindfulness.org to learn how you can schedule a presentation. I am available for mindfulness training, demonstrations of psychic abilities, and individual readings. I also have a number of books on mystical topics on Amazon.com. I look forward to hearing from you and answering your questions. Please contact me through tobiehewitt.com.